Hey, Emily, it's Miguel, your dad. How are you doing? I just thought I'd put together another video teleconference for us. How are you doing? Good, good. Funny thing, I've got a headache right now. I usually don't get headaches. It's kind of unusual. So you'll have to bear with me a little bit while I guess drink water. Here's my glass of water. How have you been doing these days? I've been doing pretty well. I've been losing weight, which I'm really happy about. I I've been calorie counting, and I've lost about 15 pounds now. So I'm really glad. I've got a long way to go. I've got at least 20 more pounds to go. So I'll get there. It might take me 4 or 5 months, but I'll get there. I really can't wait to lose weight, overweight, and I'll be happy when I'm normal weight again. I'm not looking that bad, really. My waist size is 36 inches. I would like to bring that down to 34 and certainly 32. And like I said, I'll get there in about 4 or 5 months. So every day I feel a little better. And that's good. I get a little handsomer, which is good. It's funny how the Western beauty ideal is relatively thin. It's a model that has very low body fat, and if you're unfortunate enough to have more body fat than that, your appearance is compromised. So it'll be good for me to look a little better. Good for the old self-esteem, right? Yeah. Let's see what's been going on. I've been interested in making a chili verde stew here at home in my kitchen. And I've got a shoebox of sorts, plastic shoebox that I put on my kitchen counter. And I'm throwing all the ingredients that I'm going to need to prepare the chili verde. And I'm having a hard time locating some ingredients, like the green Tabasco sauce. I'm not finding it anywhere. I checked out Food for Less. It's not there. I checked out Walmart. It's not there. So I guess I'm going to have to go to Albertsons or something like that. Maybe Vaughn's and see if they've got green Tabasco. Now, there's plenty of red Tabasco and holy Tabasco out there, but there's just very little green Tabasco from what I can tell. And so, yeah, I'm interested in, maybe I should bring this camera closer. I'm interested in, sorry about these adjustments. I'm interested in, collecting all the ingredients I need to prepare chili verde stew. I grew up on chili verde stew. I had a lot of it when I was growing up in New Mexico. There were a lot of restaurants. We even had a green chili restaurant. That is a restaurant just that served green chili recipes. And one of my favorite dishes was, I think it was just called the green chili bowl. And is what you'd expect a green chili bowl to be, right? It was basically a bowl of stewed green and yeah, it was really hot. I remember I would eat this green chili bowl, and I would just start sweating. I would sweat like crazy. My forehead would sweat. My whole body would be sweating, trying to manage the green chili flavor, all the heat in those spicy peppers. I was sort of addicted. I would go and get that green chili stew again and again and again. I loved it. And if I recall, it was served with a tortilla and butter, and I was in hog heaven. That's really as good as it gets. New Mexico green chili stew. Now, New Mexico green chili stew is an approximation to chili verde stew. Chili verde just means green chili. So green chili stew. I'm saying, I'm being redundant. I'm saying green chili stew and green chili stew. Now, the green chili stew that I had in New Mexico when I was growing up as a boy, it did not have pork in it. It literally was green chilies, and that's it. Now, the chili verde, when people say it, they're generally implying that the the pork in it. So that's the common understanding. I'm not sure that anyone really understands what green chili stew means in New Mexico. It's just a bowl of green chilies, and that's kind of funny. So anyway, I'm going to make chili verde, and it's going to have pork in it. Yeah, I know. Pretty remarkable. It's California style chili verde stew. You know, it's funny. It may be that in New Mexico, if you say chili verde, they really also think it has pork in it. But that's not always the case. Okay, I think in order to be absolutely clear, you should ask the cook or the chef whether there's pork in your chili verde, at least in New Mexico, for sure. Because there definitely is just green chilies that have been stewed. So anyway, so I'm looking for the ingredients for that. See if how close we can get here. So I'm looking for those ingredients. So that I mentioned the green Tabasco. And the other thing I'm looking for is green chili powder. I know, green chili powder. So you might ask, what's that? Well, I assume it's the same as red chili powder, except it's the color green. Now, funny thing is, I don't see green chili powder every day. I have seen it. I've gone online, and I have checked online and I've gone to places like Amazon.com and Penzi Spices. And these places, well, they do have green chili powder. Penzi Spices, their green chili powder is like $15, which is a lot of money. I only need 1 teaspoon of green chili powder. I don't need a pound of it. I don't need even an ounce or 6 ounces. I need a teaspoon, which is a very tiny amount. I'm thinking I might just skip it. You know, when you are a cook in your own kitchen, you can modify recipes as you see fit, as is necessary. And I'm trying to decide in my mind whether green chili powder is an important ingredient. Do you think a teaspoon of green chili powder in a big pot of chili verde is going to be a problem? I don't know. Look, a telephone is ringing. How much do you want to bet that the telephone behind that is a person who's going to ask me to make a contribution to a political poll. It's political season here in the United States. And I think there's a lot of interests, and their political interests every day in the state of California, at least until the elections happen in November. The thing about a poll like that is that, well, generally I tend to refuse to be polled. And really it's a self-serving reason, and that is I don't see how it benefits me very much. It might take 5 minutes of my time, but is it worth it to me? Now, it might be worth it to me. It might be worth it to me if I'm feeling particularly bored, or I don't have anything to do, or I just want somebody to talk to. But generally, I'm not that interested in answering the questions of a poll. I'm actually on a do not call list. I'm on a do not call list. I'm on the California do not call list, and I'm on the federal, the nationwide do not call list, and yet I still get calls. I don't know. So I could practice making faces. I can practice making faces. I don't spend a lot of time looking at myself, but here when I'm talking to you, I basically am spending the entire time looking in the mirror. Experience for me. It's unique. I mean, it doesn't happen very often that I'm continually looking into a mirror, looking at myself for 20, 30 minutes at a time. So it's a little weird. So yeah, it's political season. So a lot of people are talking about Donald Trump. And I don't think I'm going to talk about him. What would that accomplish? There's already enough lip flapping being done about him. So I'll let the lip flappers do their lip flapping. And I won't participate in the lip flapping. So let's see what is going on with me these days. I'm thinking about cooking some chili verde stew. I bought some lard. Apparently, this recipe that I have for the green chili stew, it involves lard. So, also called manteca. I'm not sure if you're aware, but pork lard, I think, is also called manteca in Spanish. I think that's the name in Spanish for lard. So I don't usually normally buy lard. I only bought lard because it was on the recipe. You may not even know what lard is, and it's probably a good thing you don't know what it is. No, it's easy. Lard is just pig fat. It's pig fat, big deal. It's the fat of the pig, sort of, and it's white and it's gooey, and you know, if you get it warm enough, it'll liquefy and turn into a liquid. You know, it's just like I don't know, it's like a solid oil. It's a lot like coconut oil, except I don't think it smells like coconuts. It doesn't smell as good as coconut oil. I don't think it tastes as good as coconut oil, but I think what it does is it adds texture. And it may be fairly traditional to put lard, I don't know. So that was kind of it. It'll be fun to start using lard. I'm thinking of other ways that I could use lard. because I'm going to use the lard for the chili verde, and then, which is only going to be like 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to have like this pound and a half of lard just hanging out in my kitchen. What am I going to do with that? So I was thinking about making some refried beans. I love refried beans. So here's this idea. Maybe you can critique it for me. I've been contemplating this. So I make beans in my electric pressure cooker, and then I take those beans and I crush them into a paste, and then I add lard, and then I add some red pepper flakes to give the refried beans some heat. And then theoretically, I should fry a second time the refried beans, right? Because that's what refried beans are. Beans which are fried and then refried, right? Fried again. But I think I'm just going to fry them once. I don't have the patience to fry the beans twice. It's mono frying beans. Singular frying beans. Yeah, just fried beans. They're not refried beans. They're just fried. So anyway, that's the idea I have for the lard. These stimulations you have with me. Let's see. Subject matter would be interesting to you. Well, in a letter that I recently wrote, I invited you to go see a movie called Zootopia or Zootopia. And then afterwards, I was thinking that maybe we'd go to a frozen yogurt place, Yogurt Creations, and have some frozen yogurt and talk about the movie. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap up this video. I just wanted to say that I just wanted to check in with you and say hello. Remind you that I'm still here. Hello. And tell you that I love you again. There's no end to that, is there? Nope. All right. Good night. I love you, darling. Bye.